Hello everyone, we go on with our lesson today, dangling modifiers. Dangling modifiers is different than misplaced modifier. Okay, living things and machines do actions. If there is an action verb in your sentence, there must be also a living thing or a machine that does the action. So sometimes there will be an action in a sentence. You will read that there is an action happening, and at the same time you will wonder who's doing that action. Then you will know that this is a dangling modifier. The action will go to something else that's not. Whenever you have a dangling modifier, you have to add a word to the sentence. To rearrange the sentence will not fix the problem really. You have to rearrange it and add a person or a machine or something that does the action, the verb action. Examples of dangling modifiers we have here, for example, staring out over the ocean, the hurricane-forced winds were daunting. So it can be because staring out over the ocean is the hurricane. The hurricane is not alive and it's not a machine. It cannot stare anywhere. You must add a person. You can put he or she or I. Okay, staring out over the ocean, Matt saw the daunting hurricane force winds. When in third grade, my mother went back to college. This is a matter of logic. My mother could not have gone back to college in third grade. It's impossible. So who was in third grade? When I was in third grade, my mother went back to college. Fixing dangling modifier, there's different ways to. First, change the main part of the sentence. So it begins with the term actually modified. This change will put the modifier next to the term it modifies. To put it in an example, looking towards the west, a funnel-shaped cloud stirred up dust. Who's looking towards the west? Someone should be looking towards the west. Looking towards the west, I saw a funnel-shaped cloud stir up dust. The previous example here, the wrong one, it says that the funnel-shaped cloud looked towards the west and also stirred up dust. So it doesn't make sense. There have to be a person. The person that saw the funnel-shaped cloud stir up the dust, and at the same time he was looking towards the west. Walking to the movies, the cloud burst, drenched Jim. Definitely it's incorrect because walking to the movies, the cloud burst. The cloud burst is walking to the movie. So, walking to the movies, Jim was drenched by the cloud burst. So I took Jim here, put it up here, closer to walking to the movies, Jim. So it's Jim that was walking to the movies. Was drenched by the cloud burst. Another way to fix the dangling, change the dangling modifier phrase to a subordinate clause, creating a subject and a verb, and leave the rest of the sentence the way it is. You don't have to change anything in the sentence. This is an example. When 9 years old, my father enrolled in medical school. It's the same one like the one we read before about third grade, okay? When 9 years old, my father enrolled in medical school. So what happens here is that we will simply change this here. Here we will add when 9 years old, my father enrolled in medical school. So when I was 9 years old, when I here. We put it right here. Okay, so there it is. When I was 9 years old, my father enrolled in medical school. Having been fixed the night before, Priscilla could use the car. So there you go. Since the car had been fixed the night before, Priscilla could use the car. Okay, since the car, I don't have to repeat the car again twice here. It goes for the car. Let's fix dangling modifiers here. Leaving quickly, my car lights were left on. While I was leaving quickly, my car lights were left on. This is another way to fix it. After explaining that I had lost my wallet, the waiter allowed me to pay by check. You can pause every time I give you a sentence. You can pause it and try to do it yourself. And the next slide, you have all the solutions and how they are fixed. Okay. To complete a degree in anthropology, at least 2 history courses must be taken. Where is the person here? To complete a degree in anthropology, a student must at least take 2 history courses. That's a way to fix it. There's so many ways to fix it, but you have to pause it, you have to give it a try yourself, and then look at the next slide to see where the right ones are. Once filled with ink, Gina can write for hours before the pen runs out. So it's Gina here that is filled with ink and can write for hours. Try to fix it before you look at the final slide. And in selecting her next car, cost was determined by Linda's paycheck. Let's look at the answers now. Leaving quickly, I left my car lights on. When I explained that I had lost my wallet, the waiter allowed me to pay by check. To complete a degree in anthropology, a student must take at least 2 history courses. He must take. Once the pen is filled with ink, Gina can write for hours before the pen runs dry. The final one, in selecting her new car, Linda determined the cost by her paycheck. Okay guys, thank you very much for today. See you in the next video.